Congratulations, you just received an offer from a company. You should be proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back, take a couple of breaths, and now let's talk about what you should do next. You just received an offer. What is your response going to be? If you say, yep, this sounds great, let's do it, you just ended the conversation. You just accepted, and you've closed the door on any sort of negotiation. That's it. As a recruiter or an interviewer, their job is done. They hired you. But is there a better way? Remember, we don't want to end the conversation here. Instead, you might want to say something along the lines of this. This sounds fantastic. I really thought this was a great fit when I met you and I interviewed you, and I'm really glad to see that we both agree and you see a good fit here. Right now, I'm talking to a few other companies, so I can't really speak to the full details of the offer until I'm done with the interviewing process and I'm closer to making a decision. But I'm sure that we can find something that works great for us, because I would really love to be part of your team, and I had a great time interviewing and I could really see myself working there long term. You see what I did there? I kept the conversation going and I let them know that I'm interviewing at other companies, but I didn't seem very greedy. I instead said that I would love to work from them, but I want to make sure that I make the right decision based on the offers that I get. Remember, I was very positive. You want to be positive when handling an offer. You don't want to seem greedy or that you're just shopping around. And ideally, when you receive an offer, the first thing that you should try and do is to ask for more time to make your decision, especially if this is your first offer. Because ideally, you're not just interviewing at one company. You're interviewing at multiple companies. And ideally, if you're well prepared, like you have been in this course, then you're going to have a few more offers coming in. So time is the most valuable thing you can ask for here. The more time you have to have offers from different companies so you can make the right decision and pick the one or the company that has the best package for you. Now, you just received an offer. You just told them that you're very excited and you're waiting around for a few more things. And you also asked for time and you have an idea of when they want to give you a response. The next thing you want to do is, after you receive the offer, to let the other companies know. Again, if you're already interviewing at other companies, you now have a very powerful tool. You have stakes. You should be reaching out to all these companies that you haven't received an offer from to let them know that you've just received an offer. And you want to build a sense of urgency here, as if you have a timeline, a deadline where you have to say yes or no to an offer, so you would like to hear from these other companies as well. And this is a classic psychological technique. Remember, you're right now in the best part of interview, where the ball is in your court and you get to decide what company you want to work for. So you can actually send out an email like this to the other companies. Hello, name of company or person. I just wanted to let you know and give you an update on my interviewing process. I've just received an offer from another company. You can give the company name, which is quite strong. With that said, I'm really excited to potentially be working with your company. I had a really good time interviewing with you, and I really wanted to see if we can make things work, since my timeline is now a little bit compressed with this new offer. Is there anything we can do to make the process go a little bit faster? And that's it. You've just let the other companies know that there's another offer. The other companies know that you're wanted and you're needed somewhere else. This creates a lot of social proof. And also creates urgency, two psychological techniques that really, really help in negotiation. You now have stakes. You have to realize what a company's goals are. A company's goal is to hire someone who will become an effective employee and produce more value than the salary that they're paying them. What's going to cost to hire you? Companies try their best to figure out which candidates can produce that value. It's a risky business, right? And it's impossible to know for certain until they start working at the company and start producing results. But there are a few ways of companies finding out. That's what they interview for. That's why they have coding challenges or coding interviews. And another one is to see if somebody else wants them. If another company wants you, that means you succeeded through their interviewing process. When you're interviewing at big companies and you have an offer from a big company or a competitor, let's say you're interviewing at Microsoft and Google just made you an offer, you should definitely mention that, even the company name, to Google so that they know you're wanted. That creates a lot of social proof. So remember, no matter how useless or pointless you think this email to other companies may be, you want to send this signal to everybody, letting them know that a company wants you. It's a huge, powerful negotiation tool. Finally, always know when the deadline is to respond to an offer. Be honest with them and tell them that you're waiting on other offers from other companies. And you want to make sure that you make the right decision. They may want to try and rush you and tell them that you have to give them an answer by tomorrow. And you have to ask yourself, is that the type of place that you want to work? They should respect your time and the fact that you are trying to figure out the best option. When you're declining an offer, be polite and don't burn any bridges. Don't be mean, because you never know when you might see them down the road. Or the person who is the recruiter there might move to a different company. And you never know when good relationships might take you further along down your career. So let's go over a few things. What should you do? The first thing is, when you receive an offer, you should know exactly what salary you want. You have to go in there knowing what your value is, what you're willing to get paid. You need to make sure that you do your research on the average industry pay. You want to make sure that you're getting paid what the average professional in your industry is getting paid or above it. So you want to do your research and use websites like salary.com, glassdoor.com, payscale.com, or just simply Google it. And I'll leave resources for you to find this out after this video. The next, what value do you provide? You know what type of salary you want, but really ask this question and be able to answer yourself, what value are I going to provide for the company? What would you improve in the company? What type of traits do you have that make you a valuable hire? Think about how the company is going to derive value from you. And by doing this research beforehand, you're able to use this when negotiating your salary. And you can mention how you would provide value and why you deserve perhaps a higher salary or a higher offer than they've currently given. And then finally, you want to always go higher than what you wish to get, because most likely they're not going to agree with your initial demands. And you want to meet somewhere in the middle, where both parties feel like they have a win-win situation. So if you know your salary, you know what value you're going to provide to the company, then when perhaps talking about an offer, go into that negotiation and make sure that your initial start is higher than where you might land. That's it for now. Let's talk about an even more exciting topic in the next video, which is what to do if you're lucky enough to get multiple offers. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.